Welcome back, everybody. We're doing a quick first shots video here on the Ruger Security 9. This is a gun that you guys have been blowing up my inbox for me to review. So basically what we have here is they have 15 round magazines, so total capacity of 16 rounds. It comes with 2 mags, I should note that. Mags appear to be high quality, can't complain at all about those. The slide itself, one thing I'll notice right off the bat is it doesn't have a melanite or nitride finish like a lot of competitive options out there on the market have. It appears to be a blue oxide. I will verify that when I do my full review, but it's already showing more wear than I would typically expect. We have a couple hundred rounds through it at this point. It has been flawless, so I should note that. Not a single malfunction of any kind, which is always a good thing. We have 1913 rail out front. The trigger has the little striker safety. However, it's not a striker trigger. It's actually a hammer-fired gun. So back here on the rear of the gun, I don't know if it'll show in this kind of lighting conditions, but we actually have a hammer there. See if my camera will focus. And you guys should be able to see the hammer actually drop when you fire it. Now, it's very similar to like the Walther Creed, for those of you guys that are familiar with that. However, it's a better trigger than that, in my opinion. Has some slack in it. We'll do it left-handed so you guys can actually see it. And then that's, once that little bit of slop's out of the way, it's a pretty consistent pull all the way to the rear. I would guess it's about 6 pounds. However, again, I will verify that in the full review. We do have an external thumb safety, which I know some folks will like, some folks will hate. I'm not really a fan of it. That said, it's pretty hard to put on, so unlikely that it would come on if you don't want it to, but it is there. We have medium textured grips on there. I would say it's akin to probably like a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, the Gen 2 one, so it's a little bit less aggressive than that, unfortunately. However, I know a lot of you guys don't like that texture and think it's too aggressive. If that's the case, you're probably going to like this because it's definitely has some grip to it, but it's not so abrasive that it's going to ruin your clothes or anything like that, which some folks I know have mentioned with like the Glock RTF guns, for example. We do have a Glock style rear sight, speaking of that, with our U, and then white dot front sight. Not a fan of it. It's polymer, windage adjustable though in the rear, actually in the front as well, I suppose. That said, for a gun in this price point, and that's why this is so popular, which we should bring up. So with sales and stuff like that, this gun's generally speaking around $300. I should also mention Brownells did send this one out, and that's a great place to pick it up. They have very competitive prices, and we'll drop a link down below where we can. But again, a $300 gun with plastic sights, I'm not so mad about versus a $550 to $600 gun with plastic sights like Glocks that I complain about all the time. That said, I would still, of course, prefer that they were aluminum or steel, but they're not. It is what it is. So that's gonna kind of wrap up the first shots video, guys. If you guys have any questions about it, by all means post down below in the comments section. If you guys are watching on Facebook, much better chance that I will actually see your comment. And those of you guys watching on the B channel, I appreciate you guys as well. Stay tuned to the main channel for a full review once we get a lot more rounds downrange with this gun. Again, thanks to Brownells for sending it out. Thanks to Minuteman Munitions, as always, for supplying the 9mm to put through it. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. First back here with the Ruger Security 9. See how it does. So far so good.